What up, y'all? Welcome to Mindful Reality, the channel that covers reality TV from a mental health perspective. I told y'all. What did I done tell you? What did I done tell you? That's a Family Guy reference. What did I done tell you? Yeah, I always say, like, hey, man, I don't know if I'm the biggest Big Brother expert in the whole entire world, but Mark specializes in people, period. Mark specializes in people. I know what I see, and I see what I see, and I know what's going on from a human perspective. Forget the game. I can see chemistry. I can see people don't like each other. I can sense the dynamics of different relationships and stuff, and blah blah blah. The people that are like, it's a game and it's a game move and this and that, about it's a game, it's a game, it's a game. Obviously, it's not a game for Morgan. This is the whole thing. What has been brewing over the last almost 70 days or something has not been a game for Morgan, right? So let's do this timeline. When the show first started, hi Charicity. When the show first started, Morgan had eyes for Zach. That was who she wanted in the house. Zach. But Zach and her were never working together in the game. So when it came time for the vote coming in for Zach, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, she voted against Zach. I don't think her vote was actually a deciding vote or anything, but Zach goes home. My point is that she didn't vote for Zach. Zach goes home. And then after Zach goes home, she gets closer with Vinny. But at that particular point in time, it was not like the long hugs, stay up late every single night, cuddling and hugging each other and stroking each other, and Vince kissing her hand and all that kind of stuff was not happening right then at that time, whenever that was. Let's say it was like week 4 or something like that, week 4 or 5, I don't know. But as time has gone by, we've just watched these feelings develop and develop and develop and develop and develop. Now, if there was no Lauren in the house, like if he didn't have, or if Lauren was not his game number one, because clearly, I think through his actions, he's proved that game-wise, that's the person that he's most loyal to in the house. And the thing is, Morgan is very jealous of that. Let's just call a spade a spade. Morgan feels jealous of that because she feels like, with the nature of their relationship and how it's been and how it's felt, that she should always be able to be like, I need you to do this, and he's gonna do this, no matter what. And then the straw that broke the camel's back was what we saw in the episode, in the Tuesday episode that just passed. What we saw in the Tuesday episode, that was the straw that broke the camel's back, where he was picking the order. They were picking the order of who goes on the hamster wheel thing. And he had gone, and Morgan is like, pick me, and then we're going to run through the judges. And he's like, nope, I have to pick Lauren. And she was like, no, like, pick me. Like, I'm your number one. You have to pick me. And he was kind of like, well, I've hurt Lauren before in this game, so I can't hurt her again, so I have to pick Lauren. But not to worry, because I'm going to get Lauren to pick you. And in my head, I was like, this is a big deal, even if Lauren does pick him. I mean, even if Lauren does pick Morgan to go next, because it's the principle of the matter for Morgan. Like, you're willing to choose her over me, and you. I said this on my live last night. I said, you don't play with women, man. You don't play with them. And when I say you don't play with them, I mean, like, you don't play with a woman's emotions. And I don't know if it's that he's not self-aware enough to know what those emotions are, or if he's just like, it doesn't matter because if I don't do X, Y, and Z, it means that I'm not playing with her. But yo, I read this thing because I haven't really been watching the feeds really in the last week, but I read a thing that I posted on my community post where Keanu was telling him, regardless, of what you think is right to you, this is what the perception is, and like, sir, you need to set some boundaries. And honestly, he's gotten himself into this very uncomfortable position. Here's why I say it's very uncomfortable. They dance around the Kelsey topic. Let's just be real about it. The two of them dance around the Kelsey topic with jokes and with side comments. Oh, I'd love to meet Chelsea. Oh, I had this conversation with Chelsea before I left, and Chelsea would be okay with it. Not Chelsea, sorry. Kelsey. I had this conversation with Kelsey, and Kelsey would be okay with this, and Kelsey would be okay with that. Oh, it's not like I'm straddling you and we're making out at 2 a.m. I don't know why everybody thinks that we're a couple. This is just my good friend. This is just my good old buddy. I feel like in some sorts they both feel some kind of subconscious guilt because it's actually not even about, oh, have they kissed or have they hooked up or have they whatever. Emotionally, there's some kind of connection there, and once you know that that's there, let's say that Vinny does not have feelings for her, which right now, like, based on everything I just looked at when I woke up and I just checked all this stuff from the feeds, it looks like a heavy relationship quarrel at this point. There needed to be a clear boundary put up, like, this is not what I'm here for. I'm not interested in you in that kind of a way. And hey, she would probably be defensive about that and be like, I never said I was interested in you in that way. But it's clear at this point. It's clear. It's clear what's happening. Obviously she's catching feelings for sure. It showed his hand. It's funny that of all this stuff he's been talking about, I've been fooling people with this and I've been fooling people with that. This is becoming his handicap. He felt like it was his strength to have the two women protecting him, but the two women are on opposite sides and they don't like each other, and they don't like each other because of him, and he's the common denominator as to why they don't like each other. So this is blowing up in his face, and I'm like, what do you expect, sir? A plus for Keanu. It's so dark I can't see you, my boy. I'm debating whether to keep your comment here or not. Rather, not to keep your comment here. I'm debating whether to keep you here or not. The fact that they have to bring it up means this is what I'm trying. I feel like every time I hear them say those things, I feel like it's their consciences speaking. Because I'll tell you one thing. if I'm in a situation, just keeping it so real. If I'm in a situation where I genuinely don't feel like I'm doing anything wrong, I'm not going to feel a heavy need to keep addressing this every single day. Because this is happening every single day. We're looping the same conversation every day, and like bring up Kelsey, and then also the same argument is every day. Lauren is like, I don't like Morgan. I'm never going to work with Morgan. I don't want to work with Morgan. He's like, I need you both here, and the other one is not against you. Then he talks to Morgan. So here's the other thing. The tone of his conversations with Morgan and the tone of his conversations with Lauren, way different. Because Lauren's conversations are just more like, I don't have a game relationship with Morgan. It's not like I have a disdain for Morgan. It's just like Morgan and I are on opposite sides of the house. We don't work together, and I want to keep it that way. That's those conversations. Morgan's conversations about Lauren are so emotionally charged. You always pick her over me. And like, I love you, dude, in the game, of course. You know, like, I just want someone who's going to choose me every time. This is such a murky Big Brother conversation. When I say it's such a murky Big Brother conversation, is because it's like, it's not, I want someone who's going to choose me every time. Like, I know people feel a way about somebody else being chosen over them in the game if they feel like this is my game number one and they choose somebody else. But I feel like the context is not that. I feel like the context of her being upset, you're choosing a game number one over me. I feel like the context is you're choosing another woman over me. I feel like that's the context. You're picking another woman over me. And I know it probably sounds easier to say from outside of the house, but I'll tell you something. If it was any mistake that I made in the house, if I was in the house, it wouldn't be doing that. I would not be playing with women like that in a house like that. And then mixing that up in with game strategy. Yeah. Oh, yeah, bag, yeah. Thank you. That's the worst game strategy you could ever have. It's the worst game strategy you could ever have. Now, honestly, let's play devil's advocate a little bit, because I know things can get complicated in a Big Brother house. That doesn't get lost on me. I do know that things can get complicated with your emotions and stuff, and being away from everybody else. Like, I'm not gonna act like that's not a thing, but I think Vince has felt like this whole time everything is under control. It's all under control. It's all part of my game. It's all part of my game. I know exactly what I'm doing. It's all a part of my game. And then this big thing has been created over time. This is not something that just popped up today or yesterday or the day before. This has been brewing. And anyone from the whole house could see it. The whole house has been talking about it for weeks. And it's like he's the only one. Hold on 1 second. I need to.
Sorry about that. I see that it's been on Bluetooth this whole time, and the sound on the Bluetooth is always worse on the Bluetooth. Yeah, but the whole house has been seeing it, and not only have they been seeing it, they've been telling him, like, yo, bro, you're playing with fire here, sir. Not only with your girlfriend back home, but also in the house. Because these women being against each other, it's going to come to a dramatic end. You know how hard it would be for him to actually get to the final with those two in like finale night with those two there. And then imagine how crazy this scenario would be. If Morgan, Vince, and Lauren somehow made it to final 3 and one of those two won part 3 of the HOH competition. And they chose to sit against each other. And frankly, game-wise, that would be the best move. I mean, that's a hard scenario to envision because I think that more likely one of them will take a shot at each other before it gets to that point. But if that did end up being the final 3, I mean, with the way he's going, he's going to have them both mad at him. I think they both at this point are starting to feel like he's playing them. But I think that Lauren, despite being annoyed with him or upset with him, because I don't feel the same emotionally charged vibes from her, I think she's the one who's going with him going forward, whereas Morgan is the one who has been pressing him. You got to choose me over her. Pressing him. It's me or her. It's me or her. It's me or her. It's me or her. She's been hammering that point home for a long time, and he has not been responsive. Like his stance has remained, I don't want to choose. You know what I actually remember today? As I was looking at the clips of these conversations, is I remembered, it's not exactly actually, but I do remember when Monty and Taylor and Turner were in their last 3. And, you know, Taylor kept asking Monty, am I your number one? Am I your number one? Am I your number one? And things were cloudier with that situation. Because they were hooking up. Now, these two are not hooking up, but there's still emotionally charged aspects to what's happening with them. Yeah, the things that she's saying are, I was looking at some clips just before I got on this live, and that exact thing that you're saying is exactly like what I was seeing that was making me feel a certain way. Like, wow. Choose me, pick me, be with me. You're so right. What day are we today? The 13th. I'm thinking of something. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're the 15th today. No, we're the 13th today. So 17 plus 7 is 24. So the 17th and the 31st. Okay. Okay, I got it. I have got it. Okay. He's crazy for doing it. She's crazy for falling for it. Yeah, I mean, I liked how you put this yesterday, where you said, oh, I can't remember exactly how you said it, but you said, like, they're both responsible for a piece of the pie when it comes to what they're doing. And you were like, his piece may be the larger piece, her piece might be the smaller piece, but they both have a piece of the pie. He definitely thinks he's invincible. It's hilarious. Oh, by the way, thank you for the likes. If you have not liked, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so yet, and hit the notification bell so that you'll get notified whenever I come online and when I drop some more great content. We have, you know what? We have a little bit over 2 weeks. No, not even over. 66. Okay, I keep doing this math. Where there's 83 days. Okay, so we're September 13 right now. September 13. So the season ends on September 28th, which is on a Wednesday. No, sorry. September 25 is Wednesday. Sunday, what am I saying? Sunday. This Sunday is the 14th. Okay, so the season ends 2 weeks from this coming Sunday. So we currently have 15 days left in the season. And actually, even though the season hasn't been my favorite season, I love this. I want to tell you just a little bit about my timeline. Hey, Catherine, you made it to a live. Just a little bit about my timeline. 2024, awesome season. That's where I started my coverage. That was my most active season in terms of my channel. Season 25, long. That was the 100-day season. And a lot of people quit after Zombie Week in terms of the people who are following my channel. And it was a hard channel to do. It was a hard season to do just because of being the first season I did since my dad's passing. Season 26, I was not super invested in season 26. Because it was kind of boring to me, to be honest. Like, I love Chelsea. And congrats to Chelsea and shout out to Chelsea. And when I met Chelsea, she's awesome in person. But the season overall did not give me much. This season is not my favorite season either, but it's been interesting enough. And I have regained my love of vlogging. Forget about the season, just my love of vlogging and talking to y'all. All right. Side story over. I love my pie analogy. I have certain analogies too that are like go-to analogies for me. I have like certain go-to analogies. If you want to hear them, I'll tell you. If not, we can move on. If they do it with you, they'll do it to you. Yes. Example, choosing Lauren over Morgan. Absolutely. I am in complete agreement with you. Full disclose, it was my cousin Rocky's analogy I stole. You know what? I honestly, I would take your same analogy and I would use it in some other kind of scenario where I see that it's applicable. Cause that's what I do. That's what I'm like. I'm like, I got this analogy from my friend. When people say things that I think are really smart that stick with me, that's the same thing that I do. Season 26 was too predictable. I hate watching people get picked off one by one. I get you. I've probably heard some of them. Probably. You probably have. Hello there. How are you? Knowledge is only power if we share it. Absolutely. I need to get a new, that reminded me. I said this yesterday. I need to get a new camera light. Cuz I had a camera light and then I don't know what I did with it. I probably lost it. So I need to get another one so that you can see me better when I'm in the car at night. Hi, Isabel. How's your day today? My day was actually pretty good. My day was actually pretty good. And how was yours? My day was pretty good. iPhone. Maybe I should go on Temu. I just heard a sound and it scared me, and it was my sprinklers outside the house. Yeah, because yesterday I remember when I was on here, I was like, I need to go on Temu and buy something, but I don't remember what it was because I remembered at the time. It might have been the same thing. Yeah, my day was good. And yourself? Temu has everything, and it's probably dirt cheap too. I'm gonna look it up when I get off here. So, because this season is so just random and helter skelter, and it's nothing about strategy at all, and it's mostly just about comp wins, my vote is for the most dramatic scenario. And I want to see one of either Lauren, Morgan, or Vince exit in the most dramatic way possible. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for the messiness when it comes to that. What do you mean by same? What was that a response to, Catherine? Catherine and Charicity, who is it that you're hoping wins this season? And who would you like to see go out this week? Yeah, this season is all over the place, for sure. This, Catherine, that's exactly how I feel. I'm here for the drama because I gave up on being here for the gameplay because from the time Rachel went out, I was like, there's nobody who's good at gameplay left in this game. I wouldn't mind if Ashley pulls it out. Who else? Before this last week, I was big team Ava. I'm not team Ava anymore. Is there anybody else? I wouldn't mind if Keanu won it. I'm just gonna say that. I know. I was hoping that somebody who would put Vinny on the block was the person who wins HOH this week, and then Vinny wins HOH, of all people. So that's why I'm kind of hoping that Kelly goes home this week. Yeah, that's it for me, Chiricity. With Will out, that's basically it for me. Ashley or Keanu, and if they both happen to go out before finale night, uh that's gonna be my worst case scenario since watching Big Brother, because I always had somebody to go for. Like even in the season 25, where the final three was Jag and Matt and Bowie Jane, I was kind of going for Matt. Not that Matt was my strong preference to win, but I was like, I don't mind Matt. So I'm going for him to win. If Ashley and Keanu get out before finale night, I don't know. Just end the season at that point. On a game level, Keanu is not with it. Yeah, you know what? I know exactly what you're saying. Keanu's social game is one of the worst that I've ever seen. His reads on the house are some of the worst that I've ever seen. The reason why I have developed this like for him is because since there is no gameplay aspects for me to root for at this point, I'm just kind of, he's become a little endearing for me because of the fact that he's so forthcoming and honest. If he says, this is who I'm going to put on the block, this is who he puts on the block. If he puts them on the block, he says, he doesn't cry and be like, oh, I made a mistake. I didn't want to put you on the block. I want to work with you going forward. He's like, this is the reasons why I put you on the block. Now, this is who I want to see go home. It's not you. Fight for yourself. Win the veto. Take yourself off the block. Like, he's so straightforward. And I know that being straightforward is not necessarily indicative of playing a great Big Brother game, but I just think because of the fact that the people playing this season are so wishy-washy and disloyal, that I've developed an appreciation for someone who just tells you like it is. What do you mean by that? That his HOH was not about integrity? Because I don't really feel like integrity is really a staple of winning Big Brother. That's just my opinion. Will was on my list. I wanted Matt too. Keanu's reads is bad, but he's actually a nice person. I can believe that. I can believe that he's probably a nice person in general. Trying to trick Mickey into using the veto on Vinny. Listen, I hear you. I just don't consider that integrity. I feel like Keanu has been behind the 8 ball every single week. Nobody's listening to him. Nobody is declaring him as their number one. And so he's been in like scramble mode of trying to figure out how to keep himself in the game and how to make people feel like they need him. For an example, right now, the angle that Keanu is playing is to poke at this Morgan, Vince, and Lauren dynamic. And I don't blame him for doing that because that's honestly the best move. Showmances in the game, I've heard that historically, occasionally, Sometimes they can be good occasionally, but in recent years, showmances do not get people far in the game. So that's his best play. I'm not somebody who believes in like you got to play the game with integrity. Now, I'm not saying that you should have no morals in the Big Brother game. There's certain things that I wouldn't do, but at the end of the day, you're still trying to lie and convince people of things that might or might not be true, and you know, do whatever you have to do to get to that 750K. That's Keanu's talking point, though. He says he plays the game with integrity, but he may think that he's playing the game with integrity. I mean, he talked about it, but he didn't do it to be fair. He just put it out there as a what if, and that's my game. Not integrity. Even he said it's dirty. Hi, Daniel. Happy Saturday. Okay, I'm gonna be on here. 20-minute warning. I'm gonna be on here for another 20 minutes. Other people are taking personal meanness and bringing family and kids into it, and that's beyond game and integrity and character. For a fact, the game is not about integrity, and that's fine. I love a diabolical player who owns that they're diabolical. No, I understand what you're saying. I mean, I don't consider Keanu a diabolical player. Like a diabolical player to me is like a do and say anything to get to the end type of player. Like I know it's funny because I know that Dan Giesling is a fan favorite, but I consider Dan Giesling to have been a diabolical player, and he's like one of a lot of people's goat in this thing, and I consider him to be a diabolical player. Evil Dick, diabolical player. I think that a diabolical player to me is one that just comes into the game and they're like, I'm willing to do, say, or use anything. Personal game, it doesn't matter. I'll use whatever I have to use. I'll lie, cheat, and steal. My number one goal is at 750K. Now, it's like what Charicity said a couple minutes ago. If you try to use this strategy to convince someone to do something and then you revisit it and you're like, that was messy of me. That was wrong of me. You revisit it and you apologize. I did this, but that was wrong of me. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. It takes away from me thinking that that's a diabolical player, if you get what I mean. Sorry, I didn't block that. I don't know why it got blocked. That was like an automatic YouTube block, Catherine. I don't either, but during his HOH he tried. He didn't make the play though, so just mentioning it as a potential option, I don't think would say he has a lack of integrity. The system did it. He didn't make the play because he couldn't. Morgan wouldn't go with it. I mean, he's like, honestly, Catherine, he's thrown all kinds of things out there. Being honest, you've been watching, so he's thrown many different things out there. That's one of them, but he's thrown many different things out there. And frankly, that is to save his own ass because he knows he's at the bottom of the he's at the bottom rung every single week. So I feel like he's always trying to do something to up his position in the game. He might have played this game totally differently. He might have played this game totally differently if he was ever in a position of having the social clout. But it's a good discussion, though. I appreciate your point of view. I do appreciate your point of view. I can see your point of view. That's just my personal opinion. Contrary to popular belief, sometimes, I said this before, I welcome opinions on here that are different than mine. I appreciate people who can, logically discuss their points of view. And you think one thing, I think another thing, but I can see your points. It's not like you're making invalid points. I might see it a little bit differently, but I could see how you would think what you're thinking, is what I'm trying to say. Did you say who you want to win the game, Catherine? Because I know that Charicity said Keanu and Ashley. Who is it that you want to see win in the end? You want to see Keanu win? That's funny that you made that whole argument about Keanu and that's who you want to see win. That's part of the game, though, is to throw ideas out. I know. You know what's interesting about you saying that, Charicity, is that a lot of times one person will be working with another person. And then because whatever circumstances of the week, whoever is in power and the potential power veto scenarios and even the Big Brother blockbuster coming into play now, one of the two people that are working together might go around and get a pulse of the house and see what direction they're leaning and then maybe throw some different things out there to protect themselves. And the thing is, being somebody's number one, it doesn't matter if you're somebody's number one, you always have to have a plan for yourself because that's your number one outside of yourself. Your real number one should always be you. So if there's ever a scenario where the person that you want to work with to the end is now in danger of being put out of the house, you don't want to pull an Amy. Because remember when Amy was putting her neck out for, who was it? Was it Ashley? I want to say very early on, Ashley was put on the block. And Amy went to Vince and was crying. Oh, don't put my girl on the block. This and that and the other. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, no. She was crying to Vince when he was in the HOH early on about Ashley. And then he was like, hey, she made my decision easier. Now Amy's going on the block too. Like, you're always your own number one. Because, you should always be your own number one. The idea was particularly diabolical, and I already said I'm here for the drama, so fine by me. But you said it's not a game of integrity, so maybe it's just my normal definition of integrity that is saying it's a part of the game. But in life, that might be different. But getting Vinny to lie to his boo to save himself. Having a member of his own alliance put on the block to save himself. I mean, you do whatever to save yourself. That's the way that I see it. Now, this is the one way that I would say that something is really diabolical, not anything that you're saying. I don't like when people are like, I swear on my mama's soul. I swear on my kids. That type of thing. Or somebody who, let's say, maybe you haven't seen Big Brother Canada, but there's a guy on Big Brother Canada. Oh, what is his name? Kevin. Kevin is like a big brother. Martin, is it? I know his first name is Kevin, but he's like a Big Brother Canada legend who faked a relationship, faked feelings for this guy in order to get himself further in the game. And because of his feelings for the guy, basically the guy was able to save him during a week where he got a secret power. And I think Kevin was on the block and the guy had feelings for him and chose to save him with that secret power. I felt like that was crossing the line. Because normally, when it comes to people talking about Big Brother and integrity, I'm like, Big Brother is not a game of integrity. But that part of it I considered that diabolical. But most things Big Brother, I don't necessarily consider diabolical. One thing I consider diabolical is using like fake family scenarios to get people on your side. But when somebody cries and the crying is fake, I don't consider that diabolical. When somebody promises somebody something and then goes around and does something else blindside, or they say something and agree to something in conversation and do something else, I don't consider that diabolical. I just consider that that's their gameplay. Even the most diplomatic players do it. Everybody lies to get to the end. Morgan probably would have still gone home. Diabolical, and I love it. Vinny's crying. Like, I don't like his crying, but I accept it. I hate his crying, as a matter of fact, but I accept it as his gameplay. Now, I don't even mind crying to keep yourself off the block or to keep yourself in the game. It's just that he's so spineless with it, and he does it all the time. He's not like, I'll cry as a last resort when needed. It's like, I'll cry. Crying is the first resort. That's what I'm saying. I may have BB integrity and regular integrity and not even know it. Yeah. I hate when people act self-righteous. Not talking about you, Catherine, but I hate when people generally are so self-righteous about these games. Because something that I say, I've seen people do more for less. What I mean by that is, in my office environments, let's say somebody is trying to get from this position that pays them $50,000 to this position that pays them $55,000 instead of $50,000, right? I've seen people be willing to sell out their coworkers and do a lot of things and lie and cheat and steal to get that extra 5K. If I take some of the people in some of my work environments that I have worked in and put 750,000 on the line, which most of them, including myself, maybe if you add up 10, 12 years of my work history, that would give me $750,000. I've never seen $750,000 at one time, which most of us haven't. You put that on the line, and you might be surprised what people are willing to do. Now, what I don't like about Vince in particular is not really to do with Big Brother. It's more like the Big Brother stuff is whatever, but I just don't like playing with people's emotions. Like, you want to keep Morgan around so bad for what? And you want her perception of you to be a certain way for what? Is it game or is it personal? When you keep saying, you're my best friend in the game, I love you in the game, I want you game wise, it's just really murky and messy to me and icky. I never used this term before, before a couple years ago, but it kind of gives me the ick a little bit. That part of it gives me the ick. I don't care about BB integrity. I love the plot twist. I'm just saying, Keanu boasts about his integrity, but give him a little bit of power and he's all in like everybody else now. But you know what? If you think about the people that he picked when he was HOH, he was very forthright about it, and he put up the people that he said he was going to put up. If you're gonna say integrity is based on the conversations that he has, then that line for integrity is very thin. Because if integrity is to say something and then not go around and throw ideas out there, then nobody has integrity. So I said this yesterday on my live yesterday. I don't necessarily think that he likes Morgan. So I've seen people in real life, forget the game. Forget the game and forget the prize. I've seen people in real life that like having someone around who likes them. And when that person who likes them starts to feel like you're never going to put me as a number one in your life, and then starts to pull away because of that, it's like a thing where all of a sudden they're so desperate to keep that option in there. And then all of a sudden they have a sudden like desperation in a sense to make sure that that person still holds them in that regard. That's kind of more of what I feel like it is. Like, I don't get a sense I get a sense from her of strong romantic feelings for him. He could have some romantic feelings for her, don't get me wrong, it's possible. But I get more of a sense of he wants to maintain what she feels about him. What do you think? Yeah, he does have some self-awareness issues for sure. If Morgan goes home and Vinny doesn't cry, I'll be looking at that if that's what happens. I'll be looking strongly for his reaction. I'm specifically talking about putting Vinny on the block, regretting it, then manipulating Morgan to try and save Vinny and send herself home. I think that's a smart gameplay. I think that's a smart gameplay move, especially considering that everyone knows how close that they have been in the game. Vinny better boo boo real good, but he's just not that into her. Yeah, that's my feeling. He does want to maintain multiple paths to win to the final two. I mean, as you should, but I just don't like the way Vinny's going about it. He's a smart game player. That's true. I mean, the line on integrity is really a constant Big Brother debate. You know, it's something that's going to be happening every year for as long as Big Brother is on the air. There's going to be debates about what is considered playing with integrity and what is not considered playing with integrity. And that's fine. I mean, that's just the way the game goes. All right, last 4 minutes. I'm going to stay on here to make it a solid hour. What's crazy is he was going to bring it up to Morgan, but she ended up bringing it up to him. This is a messy. This season is like a very messy, sloppy season where everybody tells everyone everything. Nothing is a secret at all. We just go around and around. All the information is just, even Rachel was saying that. All the information just goes around and around. Right. Oh. But you know, it's, I don't know. There's been enough intrigue to keep me interested in the season a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not as interested in the feeds. I'm very okay with getting these little 2 to 3 minute clip updates because what I see in the clips, and then when I happen to turn on the feeds every once in a while, I get everything that I need from those 20 minutes a day of updates. I don't feel like right now that I need to watch 2, 3, 4 hours of feeds. I'm not glued to the feeds like that, but I am interested to see who wins in the end. Yeah, I've turned on the feeds here and there, but I have not put them on for more than 10 minutes, 15 minutes on, maybe twice or three times since Rachel has been out, but I'm frank about this. Because I have a channel is the only reason why I've turned them on at all. Because I would have given up on the feeds altogether and even considered canceling my Paramount Plus subscription. But the only reason I have not done that is because I know Amazing Race and Survivor 49 is coming up. So they're smart to stagger those things. Mary, I wish you hadn't come on so late, but I'm glad you're on here for the last couple minutes. I feel so bad for Rachel too. And I'm pissed at the fact that that twist that they did where they had an elimination style thing for the first juror did not happen this week, because I was reading, oh, they're going to do that for 3 weeks, and then it only happened that 1 week, and I'm like, and then people are saying that next week is going to be, I don't know if next week or the week after, but one of the next 2 weeks is supposed to be a double eviction, and I'm like, why wasn't that week a double eviction? I would much rather a double eviction than a Reindeer games elimination. If she had gone home on a double evic, I'm fine with that. Like whether obviously I was rooting for her. So yeah, I wouldn't be happy that she goes home either way. But I'd feel personally just much better about her going home on a double eviction than something where she didn't get evicted at all. I hate that. When I say I hate that, I hate that. Mm. I've been so bad watching the season. I'm watching you religiously though. Thank you for the support. I should use it on on Vinny. He'll love me more. I'm on my bed sleeping. Rachel was robbed. Smile MF. All right, Raheem. You have been evicted from the Mindful Reality Chat. Enjoy the rest of your life. Okay. You're embarrassed for who? What did I miss? Oh, yeah. And then when Morgan picked Vince for the power veto competition last week, I was like, sis, man. Morgan is doing anything that she can to please this man, and this man is just gonna let her. He's not reciprocating your energy, sis. I mean, we can all see that he is not reciprocating your energy. Morgan, girl, this is not The Bachelor. I figured that's what you were saying. This is not The Bachelor. She has treated it as such. You are correct, Mary. This is not The Bachelor. All right, everybody. In about 3 hours, maybe less, I'm going to be heading to my gym. I have a bunch of things to do on Saturday, so thank you for joining me. Lewis, I don't know what you said because you're not on my channel anymore, but this is a great discussion. I've enjoyed it. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified of when I drop some more great content. Thank you all.